check the 5 assumptions for conducting the linear regression on the data. List the 5 assumptions below and explain how you check the assumption. So the first one was there's a linear relationship between x and y. And so that's checked with a regular scatter plot. And then the number 2, the error term is normally distributed, and that one is checked with a, that was the QQ plot, right? And then the third one is the variance of the error term is constant for all values, and that can be checked with the unstandardized scatter plot. And then the fourth, the x's are fixed and measured without error. And so that one was kind of the megaphone thing, wasn't it?
Was it?
Oh no, that was the one before. The variance one was the megaphone. So that one, x's should be measured accurately and precisely. But you cannot really check it directly.
Okay.
For the fifth one. And then the fifth one is the observations are independent, and that cannot be checked directly either.
Yeah. Then for number 2, I guess it there's only 3 questions basically. But for number 2, the null is equals to 0, and the alternative is does not equal 0. And then the test statistic. I got 22.675.
Yeah. Okay, so read this question real quick, because this is how it stated it. On the question it was asking on the form that we completed, the inference and stuff. It said state the test statistic and value of the test statistic.
I think it's asking if it's is it a z-score, is it a t-score, like what is the type of test statistic you need,
just asking
what is the value.
Okay.
My brain didn't even read that it was asking 2 questions. I was just like, oh, t-score, and then I just wrote it.
Yeah, I just put t equals. And I was like, well, wait, this is how it asks it the other way. So, okay, good, thank you. That cleared things up.
And then...
So sorry. Oh, you're good. Then the p-value is, I got .000.
Yeah, close to 0.
Close to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we reject the null.
Reject the null. Hello. We have sufficient evidence to suggest that there is a linear relationship between the head length and the body length.
Did you say insufficient or sufficient?
What?
Did you say insufficient or sufficient?
Sufficient.
Oh, shit.
Get up, get up, get up.
And then number 3 was create a 95% confidence interval for the true slope of the regression line relating to head length and body length. And I got a 6.704 and an 8.096. But when I checked the key, the answer key, it looked like the Excel and SPSS will have different confidence intervals, or slightly different.
For Excel, I got 6.712 and 8.089.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, as long as they take both of them, right?
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, good. Does everyone feel good about that then?
Yeah.
Yes.
We start the quiz?
Sure.
Yeah, I was looking at the stuff for the quiz, and they want to, I don't know why, they have a statistic flow chart.
Yeah.
Not filled in.
Oh. Is that like...
It's
I
like
don't
the one
know.
that they used on the
Oh,
they
yeah.
showed us on the video, but it's not filled in.
Yeah, I
Which is
wondered. Okay.
great for when we're studying for the test, but I couldn't figure out why they put it here as
Right.
something for if they're going to have us do something for this quiz or not. But
I
I thought that
Maybe.
was interesting.
I think the only thing we use is the math self-efficacy. Is that what it is?
The
By
math self-efficacy.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that the one
I
we
think you need
use?
yeah. That's the one I see in here. Is there
Okay.
another?
Well, I'll pull that up real quick.
Yeah,
You know,
think
I will have math efficacy like in my mind sometime
Right.
after the class is done.
Yeah, isn't that true?
Okay. I just efficiency. No, it's not efficiency. Okay.
You just start throwing out kind of weird words. Epilepsy. I like the math epilepsy.
That's exactly what goes through my mind. Okay.
Number 3,
Let me see.
C.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't pulled it up yet.
Yeah, I haven't even
Pulling
opened it up
that.
yet. You guys are one ahead of
Yeah,
us.
I haven't either.
Okay.
I was just pulling up the math efficacy.
Okay, so yes, C.
Number 5, B. All right.
You put B.
Yeah, for number 4.
Number 5?
4.
Or are we on 4?
So is the difference between the observed value y and the value predicted by the regression line?
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it?
Okay.
A residual?
Because in my definition that I wrote when I put residuals, the difference between observed value and of y and the value that would have been predicted by the regression line.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
If residual equals observed y minus predicted y.
Okay. The B's threw me off, but they're both B1.
B0 and B1 are the same?
Wait. Is it B0 and B1? Is it? Ooh,
Hold on.
residual.
Let's see. Residuals.
Isn't it the difference between X and Y? So the Y intercept and the B slope, which would be X,
You know what?
right?
If you go to the textbook, the very first line on 3.2 residual says the residual is an observation is defined as the difference between the observed value of y and the value that would have been predicted by the regression line.
Okay. It's just throwing me
Right.
off. Ignore it. Don't listen to it.
So I think that's
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's B.
Yeah.
Plot of
That's like
residuals.
worded. Oh wait, the value predicted. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost word for word. The B.
Okay.
Okay, so 5, a plot of residual supports using linear regression when I thought it was when you don't see a pattern.
Where's our drop pod? Where is it? It's right over there.
A residual plot is a scatter plot where the x-axis shows the independent variable x, and the y-axis presents the residuals for each value of x.
I got this.
Yeah, you go further down.
So,
It says the residual plot shows random scatter. There is no obvious pattern in the data. If linear regression is appropriate, then the residual plot will show no patterns and will consist of random scatter. If there is a pattern in the residuals, it suggests that linear regression is not appropriate. There are several patterns that could arise in a residual plot. A curvature is a residual plot, shows curvature that suggests that the data is not linearly related. The megaphone shape occurs when points tend to be close together on one side of the graph and further apart on the other side of the graph. If there is a megaphone shape apparent in the residuals, it suggests that the variance of the error terms is not consistent for all values of x. It suggests that there is a difference in the spread of the residuals depending on the value of x. The outliers, if there are outliers in the residual plot, that suggests that the error terms are not normally distributed, and this should be apparent in the QQ plot of the residuals.
I thought for residuals you didn't want a pattern.
You don't want a pattern.
right. So this one's kind of confusing. The answers are kind of confusing to me.
Yeah, they're
So
confusing to me.
you don't want to see a megaphone, so it's not C. You don't want a pattern, so it's not A. But I don't know where it talks anything about them being positive or not. So the residuals look normally distributed with 0 mean. Would that be it? Normally? Because normally distributed would mean there's no pattern, right?
That makes a lot of sense to me. But so does having residuals that are all positive.
But you could have residuals that are negative and
Yeah, you
it
could.
still be in a line.
I'm actually just looking at the residual plot in the textbook, and there are some that are negative.
There are negatives. Yeah.
So I think it's the last one.
Yeah, I'm guessing D on this one.
Because it wouldn't just be a pattern, because it could be all kinds of stuff. And a megaphone isn't. Right?
Right. Yeah.
So it'd have to be the last one by order of elimination.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are kind of worded questionable for me.
Oh, right? Don't try to trick us.
I know, right?
I
Please,
know.
our grades can't take it. Don't
Right?
trick us.
I know. I question myself on half their wording.
I feel like this whole test, I mean, if they would keep the wording the same, we would be doing great. It's the trick questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? It
Make
doesn't
sure
say that
our
a
grades are
megaphone is not.
Right, because no megaphone shape in the residuals.
There is a megaphone shaped parent in the residuals. It suggests that the variance of the error terms is not consistent for all values of x. And it can suggest that there is a difference in the spread of the residuals depending on the value of x.
So if you
doesn't
look,
say anything about a linear
part
regression.
one, If you look at part 1 that we completed and look at residual plots, I mean, what you hope to see is no megaphone shape.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we also do not want to see a pattern.
Yeah,
And there are negatives, so I think it is D.
that sounds good to me.
In my meager little mind. If that makes sense to you.
I'm grasping. I'm looking. I'm grasping. That sounds good to me.
Anyone else?
That sounds right to me. I say yes.
Okay.
There's something, you know what? I think there is
Well,
something.
let's go for that for now.
You have negatives.
Unless we have a revelation as we're going through.
There you go. For 6, I think this one is A. Because they're not all negative. And when I scan
Did you
through them,
compute already?
yeah, I don't see any. They all seem to fall within that range. Yeah, they all seem to fall within that range.
Okay, let me run the statistic.
Keep
Really,
those
or run the.
Brain honey, not working. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe brain honey not working, not responding a lot. Or is it just me?
What'd she say?
I didn't get all that. I just got bits and pieces.
Have you had problems with brain honey not working?
Oh, I have not.
So sometimes if you get on, are you talking about right now?
Well,
It's not working?
it's not been working on and off a lot. Like it
Huh.
have you had issues with that or no?
Only if there's like weirdly high volume. Like if you're trying to get something in on a night where everyone else is trying to turn something in. Usually like around midnight. And it's really busy.
That might have some problems.
But aside from that, if your internet connection is good, it should be okay. If not, I've also gone to places that had good internet connection, but I'm on a laptop.
Okay. Ours is usually great, but for some reason brain honey doesn't work well.
Huh. There was also an email that said Brain Honey would be down. I don't remember from when to when, though.
I got that today.
Okay. But I don't remember when it said.
I hope it's not right now.
That would really stink.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
You're like, what? No.
Hello.
You know, I don't think that the teacher ever changed our grade.
I don't think she did either.
I was really sad. Actually went and checked today, and it's still there. And I went, huh.
Maybe we
Wait a
should
second.
email her again.
We should. We really should.
Yeah, I agree. You should. Because to me, that doesn't even make sense. Just putting a period behind it, you got the answers correct.
Right? And so did the Kirsty.
Yeah, Kirsty thought that too. She thought that was weird.
Yeah. It's okay. We probably just need...
However, I've noticed, like last time I got 100% on the homework assignment and my grade went down.
I know, mine too.
So that happens to me with a lot of my classes. I'm like, wait, I just got 100, but my grade is lower.
Like, no, that can't be.
So maybe she knows it won't make a difference, so she just left it. I don't know.
They won't mind. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I guess I'm not understanding what they're asking here. Residuals are between negative. Compute the residuals.
Yes. Let me screen share with you, and I'll show you what it's talking about. So do you see right here where it's like, this is on Excel, so it's residuals, and then all of these numbers are what it's talking about. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
So
when
you're
I
not
look
really
for them,
computing anything. You're just looking at the
no.
data.
Yeah. But when
Okay. I
I
was
look through
computing
them,
it
they
and
all
trying to
pop.
figure out what it was looking for.
Oh.
Hold on, let me check the question again. Let's see, compute the residuals for the math efficacy data using software using what best statement describes the residuals?
Well, it says compute though. Oh, maybe you're just pulling it up? I don't know.
So you have to
The
compute them by
residuals.
putting in, you put in the math self-epilepsy. And
That's going to
you,
be in my mind now.
so you put those in, and then it computes the information for you, or at least in Excel it does.
Did you put it in the one sample t-test in Excel, Karina?
So this is linear regression.
This dude is rough. Come on, bro.
Oh,
Because if I
Oh, yeah, you're going right into enemy territory. That's like the same. That's like go where all life racers. Like, yeah, you all want to be in the same area. Because then it's. You were right. Let me move. Force them all. Force them all.
Because if I input the data and go through the process, at least for SPSF, like he had us go through to get the residual statistics. Like the residual is negative 38.200 and the maximum is 23.422.
What are wow? Those are the same ones the same things that I got.
On the residuals.
Yeah.
what did you got
So
again?
did you process the data then, or Karina,
I
is
did.
that what it gave you on Excel?
Yeah. So I just put it in. Oh, did I say shit?
Negative 40 and 25. Let's see.
So all of these, like, has negative 23, 4, negative 8, negative 4, 10. Like, it just computed them.
You have a negative 23?
Yes. Because this is 50, and that one's 4.34.
Can you screen share yours, Karina?
Oh, I thought I was. Oh, my bad. I'm, like, pointing at it. Like,
Can you see that? Well, I still think it would probably be A, because we have negative 38 and then positive 23, so that is about negative 40 to 25.
Yes.
For some reason, there's
And the residuals are not all normal.
Right. So
And the residuals, we would not want to form a linear pattern, correct?
Mm-mm.
right, on the residuals we would not. We don't want a pattern. So I think it's A.
Did yours look like a megaphone when you do the QQ plot? Did you do a QQ?
I didn't do a QQ plot on this yet.
I did a QQ plot. The normal QQ plot for the understandardized residuals has the straight line. The detrended normal QQ plot is weird. But
yeah,
the rest,
those are usually really strange.
yeah, it's really kind of funky there going. But yeah, there's not a pattern. So that my
See,
guess would be A.
so I think it's A because it says about. It doesn't say exactly those. This is about those.
Or between, yeah.
Oh, I should hide these little monsters right here.
On this?
So if I do an unstandardized QQ pot,
You are down.
Did that help?
I mean,
Lynette?
it's pretty linear. But that's for the error term that we do the QQ pot.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is the best day of my life.
Do you score as the Y and the confidence as X?
Oh, dude.
Okay.
So now behind me, see, they're smart. They have a range and a close up. So, hey, it's like I attack you. Opposite.
I don't know. I think it's A,
A sounds right to me.
at least in my meager mind, like before. I don't know. Because they do fall within that.
Yeah, they do.
And I run!
Okay.
Did you say my name, Minette?
Yeah, sorry. Did you just score?
Sorry, what?
As the X variable and the confidence is the Y?
Oh, okay. So the score should be under. Did I do this right? Yeah, it should be. Oh, where'd I go?
Here's the truth.
So the score should be the response variable, and the confidence should be the expression.
So are you guys thinking it's fairly normal? the
That's what
QQ
I would
pot?
say.
Yeah.
There's a couple of small ones that leave the line, but for the most part, it's
Right.
right there.
Yeah.
But they're pretty, even those are consistently going upwards, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I think. I wish we could do the final together.
That would be so awesome.
We have your brains.
That would be amazing.
Seriously.
That would be. It might take us 8 hours though, instead of 4.
Ah,
I think for the final, she should just let us.
she should.
I think so too.
I have one class. They're letting us take it twice.
What?
What?
I'm like,
Oh, you're lucky.
this is awesome. She said, yes,
All
you
mine
can take it
are
twice,
completely.
and your highest score
No, all
is
mine
accepted.
are comprehensive. No notes, no nothing. I was like, well, this one you can use notes. I guess that's good.
That will be me
I'm like, okay,
next semester.
if I
I'm
have
sure.
high A's, how bad can I do on my final?
You know what? It depends on how much it was. I mean, because I did pretty well on the tests, on the 2 first tests in this class, and getting that 77 did not take me out of the A range. I'm still just barely within the A range.
Oh, that's good. I think a lot of it is our project too, so that could be a benefit.
The project's 10%, so each test in this class is worth 15% of our grade, and the project's are 10, so that's a pretty good chunk.
Yeah, that is a good chunk.
We should do pretty good.
That was savings.
Please, I hope.
Okay, so I need to create a scatter plot.
Oh, wait, we need a scatter plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one. Give the scatter plot, residuals plot, and the QQ plot. Which of the 5 assumptions about linear regression are satisfied by this data? And check all that apply.
So there is a linear relationship between X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
So the residuals are normally distributed, or fairly normal.
Yes.
The observations are
Not megaphone. Which would mean, see, the variance of the error term is constant for all values of x. Just double check that. And my residual, where'd you go?
the observations are independent. The x values are measured without error.
Those are the ones that you can't.
There's always There's always a standard error. Am I confused by the question?
Let's see, which one are you looking at?
So it says, so the first two, I think we checked those. The variance of the error term is constant for all values of x. I don't know what that's asking. What if?
Okay, the residual. Okay, so if there is a megaphone shape apparent in the residual, so if there's a megaphone, it suggests that the variance of the error terms is not constant for all values of x.
So because it's not megaphone, we would check that.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's not. It's. I mean, it's kind of like a fat hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very fat hot dog. With ketchup dripping off a couple spots.
Yes. Yeah. Pickle here and there.
Yeah, pickle here and there.
So, let's see. X's should be measured accurately and precisely, but this can't be checked directly. So I'm not even. These last two confuse me.
The observations are independent.
Maybe like no one hide in the tree. I don't know what they're looking at.
Because they cannot be checked directly, I'm not quite sure.
Check all that apply. So are we just... Oh.
So that one can't be checked directly either. So would that one not be checked either?
So there's a linear relationship. That's yes.
Wait,
Normally
this is a
distributed.
question. Are satisfied by this data. We can't
Hold
know.
on. I'm checking the homework real quick because I just want to.
Constant.
Hey, Karina.
Well, I think the third one, the variance of error term, is constant for all values. If we do not get a megaphone shape, then I think that's constant, right?
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Okay. So the values are measured without error.
Okay.
Without error.
So I'm looking at the homework that we just
can
did. I think
So we
can.
can't check we can't check the last two because it says they cannot be checked directly.
Yeah, it says it like right there in this box. In the
On
book.
both of them. So would those not be checked? Because we can't do anything to check those.
Okay, never mind. I see it. No. Okay.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I'm looking at the homework, especially. I'm looking at the answer key. The answer to D, which would correlate with the x values, says that the x's are fixed and measured without error. In other words, the x's can be considered as known constants. We will assume that the x's have been measured correctly and precisely. So when I think it says when they cannot be checked directly, they're things that we cannot check ourselves, but we assume for the class that they are measured accurately and precisely. just like for when it says the observations are independent, for this class, we assume that the y's are independent. So those are two that
Right.
we make the assumptions on because we haven't been taught to do otherwise.
Oh.
So the question's asking which of the 5 assumptions are satisfied by this data. So
I
is
don't.
it satisfied by this data, or we just know the other 2 are okay because we've been taught that?
That's my
Does
understanding.
this data satisfy?
My understanding
this
is that we
data-
just assume that it's satisfied unless it says otherwise, and we haven't been taught to identify anything otherwise, so that we would just assume that they are.
Karina, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Spot picture. Can you share that?
So you're thinking check all of the boxes?
That's what my understanding was when
Because
I
the
when I
last-
listened to the video. That's what I understood, is that there's no way for us to know because we're not taught in the
Right.
class.
Which is the 5 assumptions. So I guess I feel like you kept trying to ask me something.
All the 5 assumptions,
Yeah.
which are satisfied with this specific data.
Yes, I can.
James,
That's what's confusing. Because we really can't check the last 2. We just know it to be
Ethan,
correct.
come here. Please help your sister. Thank you.
I say yes. Check them all.
Yeah, I think they are, especially when I looked at the homework. I mean, because I know when we got to that part of the homework, that was part where I was like, you know, I really don't know, because it didn't give us a way to check it. But the homework just states that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like when I got to that part of the homework, I'm like, I really don't know how to do that. And
Right, and it says we can't. My confused is how they word that, which can be satisfied with this data. Like what we just ran. That's the only thing I'm confused about. Like I agree we can't, and we're just to assume.
hmm
Am I thinking too much into it?
I'm
fine with just
looking.
checking all.
I'm looking at the textbook, because I remember when he went over it in the video, he just said, again, he just kind of said, we assume that the x's have been measured correctly, we assume the y's are independent, and he said, you know,
Right.
for this class, you know,
We assume
stuff.
that.
We just assume that. So I was hoping that maybe in the textbook there would be something that gives us a better way to like identify that, but it just gives us the summary and then doesn't give us anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm good putting it all. I think that's fine. I'm not sure how they're at, you know.
They haven't given us anything to show otherwise.
Right.
If they don't give us something to identify it, it just doesn't make sense.
Shoot, I don't know. I feel so confused by it.
I know. I'm fine checking all.
I say we check them all, and then if we feel wrong about it, by the time we reach the end, we'll circle back.
Circle back.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
For number 9, I got 12.725.
You got what?
12.725. Did I do that right?
How did you do that?
It just pops it up.
I had to go back in. I had to get rid of everything. Me and Penny stopped working.
Hello.
I need to look to see where I'm looking to
You
find
guys
out.
were all frozen.
Are you guys frozen?
You still
I
are.
can hear you. No, no one looks frozen to mine.
So what did you get for 9?
Hennessy?
I'm looking.
Yeah.
For the slope.
Well,
Yeah.
you want to tell me right now?
12.725.
No, yeah.
Wait.
Move.
Wait a
Let's see.
second.
Let's see. So we're looking for B1.
Did I do that wrong?
I think my B1 is 12.695.
Okay. So yeah,
Wait.
for SPSS.
Yeah.
Okay, show me where you're seeing that. Maybe I did it wrong.
Let me see.
Which box are you looking in?
So right here. This is our B. This is B0, and then this is B1.
Wait, I can't see. Under residual statistics?
No, not under residuals. Right here under the coefficients.
Coefficients. Right.
So this
So
is the
did I
number.
do this wrong? Okay. Maybe I put these in wrong.
I did it twice.
So it should be this part
Okay.
under B, right?
Yes.
That's what it's asking
Yeah,
for.
so did I put it in wrong because I got negative 18.236?
I got 18.72. Hold on. 18.55.
Did I mix those up?
Are you thinking about the y-intercept or the slope? The
Well,
y-intercept is 18.
Oh, slope.
Yeah, but you said you have a negative?
yeah.
Did you put in for the explanatory variable? Did you put their confidence level, and then for the response, their test score?
Let me go back and look. I think maybe I mixed those two up.
You know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to erase this data, and I'm going to go back and just walk through it.
Okay, let me see.
On Excel, when you paste in where it says paste the data when you're doing the plot and it comes up with hashtag REF exclamation point? Did you ever get that? When you're typing in the residual?
So the question
Did you
says
type
use
in
the
a
confidence
residual?
data as explanatory.
No.
And the explanatory is X, right? And the score data is the response.
So the score data should go in the independent, and the confidence rating should go in the independent. Or so
Okay,
score
I
in the
think
dependent,
they mixed those
confidence
two
in
up.
the independent.
Oh, sorry, infinity.
Okay, so
Okay.
confidence, wait, what did you say?
What the? Mine looks really weird. Stop. Okay.
Confidence in the independent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Explanatory. And then score in the dependent, which
Yes.
is the response. Okay, that's how I have it.
And then did you go into the statistic box after that and click on the confidence interval?
I did.
And then the part and partial correlation?
Yes.
And then you went back into save and you clicked on the predicted values then the residuals for the unstandardized?
I did.
Okay.
And for the predicted and unstandardized.
Okay.
I did both those. Let's see. Let me go back. Yeah, I thought I was looking the right spot. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Now it just showed up 12.695.
Yep.
So I don't know. I must have left out one step before. I'm not sure what I did because I thought I did it the same, but Okay, 12.695
Or 725 for Excel.
for
What?
Excel.
725.
Yeah, 12.725.
Okay, got it. I thought, because I'm
Oh,
looking
sorry.
at the beta, and the
You're like,
beta is
whoa.
0.728, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
And
Okay.
then the confidence interval
My
would be the 10.708 and 14.742.
How did you get that?
And we're
Let me see.
Oh, there it is.
Confidence is 10.674 and 14.6 or 715.
that's what I
Except
got.
for, I think it has the Excel number on here instead. But it's 10.708 and 14.742.
So I
Got it.
wonder.
So it's A on
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. So when we do that, we just need to be careful. Interesting.
So we must just use Excel then.
Excel seems to be
That's
so
funny
much
though,
easier.
because what if someone wasn't using Excel at all?
They
and
would be
none
so
of those
confused. Which is
Right.
going to happen to us when we try and do this on the
test.
test.
Which is why they should
Yeah,
let us
because none
take
of
it
those would look
together.
Then I'll call Karina.
Yeah. Karina, quick, just run the stats and tell me.
It is.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
I
I
just
worry
need to know
about
how
that.
close I am.
Yeah, no kidding.
For 12, I got
I guess I'd probably just go with the closest. You know what I mean?
For 11, we reject the null. So it's B.
Reject the null.
Yeah, because the p-value's close to 0.
Yeah.
So reject the null.
Which
T is
there is sufficient evidence to conclude that the slope of the regression line is not 0. Because the null was that it was 0.
Right.
evidence to conclude the slope of the regression is not. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so it would be C.
Okay. Yeah.
And then for 13 and 14, you don't actually have to open anything. It's just asking you to work from your memory. Because which is the
Okay.
dependent variable? It's the body length. Because
The
we measure
body.
the
That's
head
right.
to find out the length of the body. And then it's just asking to explain a 99% confidence interval.
Okay.
so it would be A.
For 14,
Yeah.
It's not
it would be B.
I was going to say, I thought it would be B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be B. The true value of B1.
I thought the number was supposed to use the word chance. Is that not in my reading before? I thought it said not do the word chance, but
Yeah, that's true.
You're
It
right.
did say that.
You're right. And
Heck. That is
And
a
when
good
it does,
Yeah,
when
it does
you're
say
looking at the
chance.
confidence interval, if it does not contain 0, it does mean that there is sufficient evidence that it is not
That
equal
it's
to
not
0
equal
because
to 0.
0 is not in the confidence level.
Because it should have
Yeah,
been
'cause it-
near 99% confident. Ooh. Let's see.
since
That's right.
the confidence interval.
Thank you, Minette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. It was chance.
So,
It never will. It always will or it won't. So we can be confident, we can be 99% confident that the mean will be in between those two numbers, but when it comes to the confidence level for these, we would say that it does not contain 0, therefore there's sufficient evidence
you're
to
right.
conclude.
It's A. Ooh, good catch.
Sweet.
I would have clicked B.
Yeah, because that's what my notes say.
I was
Since
moving
0 is not. Yeah, because 0 is not in the confidence interval, we can say that the true slope is not equal to 0.
can we go really fast?
Yeah. So for 3, it should be C. the null equals 0 and the alternative does not equal 0. 4 should be B. 5 should be D. 6 should be A. 7 should be C. For 8, we decided to check them all.
Yeah.
For 9, the Excel is 12.725.
And for SPSS, it's 12.695.
Then 10 is A. 11 is B. 12 is C. 13 is B. And 14 is A.
Right?
Do we feel good about that?
Feel good about it.
Let's do this.
Ah, something's wrong.
Ooh, it was 8!
Those two. Shoot.
It was those two.
See,
I'm worried. We didn't know. I just worried about the way it was saying that. But now we know if that's on the test.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you can't check it, don't check the box.
Even though we assume it's that, if it's
Still an A.
we can
Still
clearly
an
check
A.
it by that. Okay.
100 is so much nicer, but you're right. It's still an A.
Yeah. And our grade's going to go down anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like our group, we were getting so spoiled with those 100s, you know? We had to feel the pain.
Right?
Have to be humbled so we study harder for the test.
Exactly. Exactly.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
So I guess
Thank you.
if everyone wants to just, because we have the final stuff from gathering the data, and then when you guys interpret it, if you want to just send the final draft to me, and then I'll put all that information into a slideshow, and I'll send it to you guys, and you can see if you like it or.
Okay.
Sounds good. So, Minette, if you want to get that back to me, that information, and then we can send it to them and have them check over the inference and make a. And then we should be good.
Yay!
All right, ladies. We'll see you for the quiz on Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.